arena has taken a turn towards the dark side with the most mysterious tag team around these parts, the Ascension.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, being accompanied to the ring by Connor O'Brien, weighing 220 pounds, Kenneth Cameron.
An awe-inspiring and eerie feeling to open up NXT this week. Byron Saxton and William Regal calling the action, and my goodness, can you feel the aura, William Regal, when Ascension enters the arena?
Every single person that sat here in the arena, the collywobbles wobbles are going down their spines right now. I mean, it's awe-inspiring.
Hey, when we say ooh, y'all say oh! Ooh!
His opponents, being accompanied to the ring by Jey Uso from San Francisco, California, weighing 228 pounds, Jey Uso.
Or perhaps only matched by the strong-willed and impassioned entrance of the Usos, William Regal.
As a former competitor, there's nothing that gets my blood flowing more than seeing both of these teams come to the ring. I mean, anybody who is facing them, you'd want to run away, wouldn't you? I'd be terrified if I was stood in the ring facing either one of these teams.
Well, absolutely. This is a rivalry we've seen built over the last few weeks here on NXT. A very hostile relationship has developed between the Usos and Ascension, as Jey Uso and Kenneth Cameron, representing their respective teams, will try to earn a victory, if you will, in this bitter rivalry.
It certainly is a bitter rivalry as well. I don't think when they first sort of encountered each other, these two teams, they realized how far that this was going to go. And I see this rivalry going on for years and years in one form or another. They're made to compete against each other.
Well, we certainly have our commissioner, Dusty Rhodes, to thank for this matchup here, which already starting off very hard-hitting and physical.
One thing you never have to worry about with the Ascension or the Usos is anything being anything less than physical.
Kenneth Cameron misstep. Oh, Jey Uso with the advantage on his side, as you see Connor O'Brien lurking in the background. Usos, you gotta think, this is just weeks and weeks of build-up and anger and frustration.
It's a very aggressive start by the Usos, but now it seems though the Ascension, Kenneth Cameron obviously has taken control. Let's see where he can go with it.
Yeah, it's all about pacing in this sort of matchup, and keep in mind, neither of these men have their partners to tag, which they are accustomed to.
But the partners are on the outside, and I'm sure they're relying on the partners to let them know if there's anything underhanded going on, or to help them. Or to help them in any way. I think we just saw a little of that.
Yeah, that's one thing you got to worry about, whether you're Jey Uso. Quick cover here by Kenneth Cameron. If you're Jey Uso or Kenneth Cameron, vice versa, you have to worry about your opponent's partner on the outside of the ring.
Very nicely applied body scissors there by Kenneth Cameron. A great way to ground an incredibly powerful man like Jey Uso is to put him in the body scissors. He can strip the air out of him, and he makes it very difficult to breathe. I say this all the time, but you take the breath out of a competitor, that competitor becomes very weak very quickly.
It's a very effective strategy employed by Kenneth Cameron, who still, I mean, to this day, we still don't completely understand the connection between himself and Connor O'Brien.
It doesn't matter what the connection is, it's very successful, and it works for them, and that's all that really matters.
Jey Uso trying to create some separation there, utilizing the turnbuckle. Oh, harsh shot by Kenneth Cameron. Oh, but Jey Uso with an effective response. Oh my gosh. Did you see the way Jey Uso's body? Take a look at this again. Watch how the body of Jey Uso just bounces off that turnbuckle. And that could really change the entire landscape of this matchup as Kenneth Cameron goes for the cover.
There's so many different areas of the spine that were affected there, but with Jey Uso, from his coccyx all the way to the top of his neck. He will be in serious problems here. He needs to. If I was him, I'd try and get out the ring and try and get a breather, but you know, it's easy for me to say.
Folks, while we're in the midst of a heated rivalry in its own here between the Usos and Ascension, we do want to remind you that our main event tonight will see another storied rivalry take place between Tyson Kidd and Michael McGillicuty with an opportunity to receive a shot at Seth Rollins' NXT Championship. Oh! Right now, Kenneth Cameron in full control of Jey Uso. Cover again. No.
Kenneth Cameron's an incredibly skilled competitor, trained by the great Jeff Kay in England, one of the most technically sound professional wrestlers I ever met. And so, with all this ferocity and the technical knowledge, it makes him a formidable foe.
Notice the slow and methodical pacing of Kenneth Cameron. Jey Uso out of the way just in time. Uso, if he can capitalize, can give himself a chance. Series of shots. Jey Uso trying to shake up the cobwebs.
I'm always amazed by the resiliency of the Uso brothers. In fact, all the Samoan competitors that I've known over the years, they're like Superman.
Watch Jey, and there is the X Factor. Conor O'Brien on the outside, interjecting himself. Oh, we got action everywhere, but on the inside, Kenneth Cameron. Kenneth Cameron is taking out Jey Uso. No, so close. Wow. It's coming down to who wants it more. Who wants to earn this victory for their team? And that may just be yes. Well, what an impactful way to stop the offense of Kenneth Cameron and propel himself to victory did Jey Uso.
An absolutely amazing kick there by Jey Uso. Nearly decapitated Kenneth Cameron. We know that there's no way that this is the end of this rivalry. This will continue and continue.
Oh, to continue, but right now the celebration is continuing throughout the NXT arena. Congratulations, Jey Uso, on a hard-fought victory, but you said it, William Regal. I think this is a rivalry that is far from over. Folks, it's a rivalry renewed with NXT Championship implications as Tyson Kidd goes one-on-one with Michael McGillicuty tonight. Undoubtedly, the most powerful man on NXT, Big E Langston, will be in action.
Man, I think she really fits in the Diva division. You did a good job there. Yeah, hey Rick, how you doing, bud?
You know exactly what I'm capable of, and you know that I'm more than capable of defeating the NXT champion Seth Rollins.
Let me tell you something, first of all, just calm down. Being a contender is one thing. Showing me what you can do is another. Seth Rollins, the NXT champ, we don't give away matches here. So, man, you want to prove yourself to me? That's cool. Okay, Rick? You got it?
I'll prove myself. Don't you worry.
All right, we'll see about that. That might be pretty good. Think about that.
I'm switching my ball over. I'm a soldier.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first from Tampa, Florida, weighing 290 pounds, Big E Langston.
Welcome back to NXT, and oh wow, this certifiable freak of nature known as Big E Langston has just entered the building.
This man has unlimited potential.
Opponent, a running ring from Cleveland, Ohio, weighing 230 pounds, Chad Baxter.
As I was saying before, I was so rudely interrupted. This man has so much potential, it's just unlimited. And there's not a better word for him than truly scary.
These numbers never get old. The guy squats 750 pounds. He can bench press nearly 600 pounds, a deadlift of over 800 pounds.
Look at the shoulders and the arms and the pectoral muscles on him. He's 290 pounds with 8% body fat. And if anybody can comprehend that this is an incredible specimen.
And on top of that, he's got a bad attitude.
Rather vexed is how he likes to describe himself.
Rather vexed, huh?
Yes, have you ever, I love having conversations with him. Very intelligent man. Always refers to himself as being somewhat vexed.
The amateur wrestling champion, Division I football player, but right now it's the focus on Chad Baxter, who in his inaugural NXT matchup here, I don't think he was expecting this.
The WWE officials are very, very high on this man, and rightly so. What could he possibly have any more of? I mean, he's got everything you need to be a superstar. Everything.
Baxter trying to fight back, but oh, look at this, look at this. Look at the strength. Big E widening his base to block it. Ew.
That's the great thing about Big E Langston. He's not just strong in regular lifts. He trains,
look at this.
Yes, I mean, he trains in very awkward kinds of weightlifting, picking up large stones and very strange-looking objects. And it makes him so ferocious in the ring and so prepared for any opponent. That's what's so dangerous about it.
This pulsating impact of Big E Langston. Ugh. Look at how he just manhandles Chad Baxter.
At the moment, he's actually having a 200-pound kettlebell cast for him because 150 is not enough for him.
This
a 200-pound kettlebell that he can throw around with one hand.
This ring is essentially the workout gym for Big E Langston.
It certainly is, yes. And it's a pleasure to watch, isn't it? It's a pleasure to watch it.
It's a pleasure to watch.
It is. I love seeing him just torture these people.
Watch. Uh-oh. Full speed ahead.
Goodness gracious me.
My gosh, and I think Big E Langston is preparing to put the final touches on Chad Baxter.
Complete and utter domination by Big E Langston.
My gosh, the eyes. Oh! The intensity.
Here is your winner, Big E Langston.
That is the face of a man who knows he is dominant and he is proud of it. Take a look at this again. Big E Langston, full speed, running through Chad Baxter. And if that wasn't enough, face first, and that's all she wrote.
I'm going to ask you a question, Byron. Who on earth is going to beat Big E Langston?
I have no idea. I was thinking the same thing, actually. I mean, you have to think. Well, I don't think Big E Langston is done here.
I hope not. I'd like to see him keep doing it. I like to see it.
Oh, what is he doing here? Oh, watch out, Langston, not again. Oh!
I don't know why, but I just love watching Big E Langston destroy people. So impressive.
Wow. Is that a message sent or what?
It's a 5 count, I know that.
Yeah.
Perhaps that's what he wants to prove a point. He can knock anybody out for a 5 count. He can pin anybody for a 5 count. He's having his way with him. Having his wicked way with him is what he's doing.
Yeah, Big E Langston trying to prove a point. And
now let's be quiet, please. Let's hear this eloquent man.
A 3 count is normal. Big E Langston is not normal. From now on, my opponents will feel the pain, the agony of not getting up from the 5 count.
Not a normal human being is right. Who can stop Big E Langston?
It's going to be fun watching anybody try.
Whoa, 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 wait now, wait now.
What's going on?
Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Again?
Why not?
This is the 3rd time. Oh! In case you missed it the first time, folks. The eyes of Big E Langston tell you all you need to know about his intentions on NXT. Wow.
When I got to NXT, I tried to warn everybody that Cassius Ohno is a dangerous man. Richie Steamboat found that out the hard way. But for some reason, no one else seems to get it. So, next week on NXT, we're gonna have the first ever Cassius Ohno sparring session. And if you don't know how dangerous I am now, you will then.
Where's Trent, bro?
Where's Trent?
Little Jimmy, where's Trent?
Who's Trent?
Where is Trent?
Where's Trent? Where is Trent?
Excuse me, where's Trent?
Where's Trent?
Trent!
For 6 months, he has been missing. Lost. Isolated. His body damaged. His presence forgotten. But now, with a new inspiration, a new determination, and a new focus, he will show the WWE Universe exactly why Trent Beretta will not be ignored. He has been found.
Hey Trent, do you want to wrestle next week on NXT?
Yeah.
Cool.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first from Brownsville, Texas, weighing 250 pounds, Garrett Dillon.
Well, welcome back to NXT. Garrett Dillon headed to the ring. Garrett Dillon, he's an interesting kind of guy, William Regal. He told me he grew up on pig's feet and protein shakes.
Pig's feet and what?
Protein shakes. You know, it helps build muscle or intensity.
Oh, right. Okay. Understood, yes. A pig's trotter, as we call it in England.
Or that, yeah.
Yes. Big strapping lad, isn't he?
His opponent from Palo Alto, California, weighing 247 pounds, he is the intellectual savior of the masses, Damien Sandow.
Well, some would say that Damien Sandow is a little bit full of himself, perhaps overbearing.
I think this man's wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. If there was just a touch of politeness in the world, it would cause people to act in such a more gracious manner. A lot less grief would go on.
I believe Mr. Sandow has something to say.
Allow me to beg your indulgence for one moment. My name is Damien Sandow, and I'm here to help all of you. I am here on NXT in an effort to further my crusade for your enlightenment. Therefore, although I was scheduled to compete in competition, I am going to give Garrett Dillon the option of sitting ringside and listening to a lecture that I have prepared for all of you. So, for the sake of your enlightenment and for Garrett Dillon's well-being, I sincerely hope that he exercises that option.
What a thoughtful man.
You're welcome.
He's not full of himself, huh?
I think he's doing the nation a favor.
Well, I don't think Garrett Dillon has any intention of leaving this ring, regardless of what Damien Sandow has requested. Garrett Dillon realizes this is a huge opportunity. If he can knock off Damien Sandow, who knows what this would do for his career.
So precise in every one of his movements, Damien Sandow. That's what I like the most about him. Obviously, a lot of gracious qualities, but just so precise.
That was a gracious right hand by Damien Sandow, who is now unloading on Garrett Dillon.
Ladies and gentlemen at home, don't be misled by the pink and purple attire. This man is...
Quick cover here.
Are you going to start interrupting me again through this broadcast? I've told you I'll stay at home with the wife if I want that.
Just trying to do my job.
Trying to let the people know the virtues of Mr. Sandow here.
Oh, watch out. Garrett Dillon going for the quick upset.
Has a wicked punch as well. Have you noticed that?
I'm sure Garrett Dillon is noticing it very well.
And look at the size of Garrett Dillon's head. I mean, that's not somebody easy to knock down.
Well, Garrett Dillon had to know going into this match it was going to be an uphill battle because, again, you can't take anything away from Damien Sandow. Regardless of what he says or how he carries himself, he's very well accomplished inside the ring.
Damien Sandow is so aggressive, so mean, and so, I hate to use the word tough, but he is. I mean, he's very well skilled in his grappling arts. And he's got such a fine education that makes him, in my opinion, one of the true future greats.
Oh, watch out, Garrett Dillon here. Trying to change the pace of this matchup. Hooks the leg, no.
But sometimes a good smack in the mouth is all you need, and Garrett Dillon is proving that at the moment.
And quickly, Damien Sandow tries to interrupt the momentum of Dillon. Now it would appear that Damien Sandow has things working exactly the way he would prefer.
Some people say that an elbow is dropped. Damien Sandow throws an elbow. He throws the point of his elbow into the throat area of his opponent. That's wonderful to watch.
Oh, watch out. Ooh. Center of the ring. Down goes Garrett Dillon, hook to the leg, and that's it.
Here is your winner, Damien Sandow.
Another exquisite victory for Damien Sandow. He makes me so proud to look at that young man. That there's a future left here. A competitor with manners and dignity and pride. I love it.
Oh, let's take a look again here. Garrett Dillon put up a good fight, but Sandow was just a little bit better on this night. And the intellectual savior to the masses will continue his crusade in the WWE. right now we send things over to our broadcast colleague, Riley Pierce, who is standing by with a very special guest.
Please welcome my guest at this time, the first ever NXT champion, Seth Rollins. Seth, later this evening, we're going to see Michael McGillicuty in action against Tyson Kidd, and I have to ask you as champion, what are your thoughts on possibly encountering one of them in the ring?
Well, you know, Briley, it's like I said when I won this title. It doesn't matter when, where, or who. Friend or foe, I'll fight anybody for my NXT championship. Because sooner or later,
Oh, that's real funny. Because it's easy to say, you'll fight anyone, anytime, when you're protected. But you know what? I bet you don't even know my name.
You know, you're right. I don't know your name. Actually, I do know who Rick Victor is. And he just jumped to the top of my list.
And now, the Raw Rebound is brought to you by WWEshop.com, the official WWE merchandise superstore.
We'll hear from the man who faces Punk Sunday at Night of Champions, John Cena, as the Hitman returns to interview Cena on Raw.
Punk is a guy who says he's a man of the people, says he's the voice of the voiceless, but all he's been lately is an insecure dude that constantly has to tell you how good that he is.
The best in the world.
CM Punk right now is just a desperate, delusional young man who thinks that leather and gold by any means necessary equals respect.
Let me ask you this, John Cena. What are you gonna do to finally shut this phony little punk up?
Phony? I've decided to come out here and defend my good name. I'm not a bad guy. In the face of such disrespect, I will put down anybody who shows me disrespect. That's what I do. I am the WWE champion, and I've been the WWE champion longer than you ever have been. And this Sunday, I will beat John Cena again, and I will cement my legacy. Show me respect!
For 300 days, you have been WWE champion. For 300 days, that championship has been irrelevant. You have been here for many years, and the night you made the most noise was ironically the night your microphone was turned silent. Talk about change!
In the world!
And then one triumphant night in Chicago when you were the victor and the universe finally said, "We get change." And they were lied to. They were fooled into a false claim because change was not ice cream bars. All you meant by "we want change" is make CM Punk a star. You don't even know who CM Punk is. You have changed your ideology numerous times. You have stabbed your friends in the back, all because you have yet to find you. Your latest phase of development revolves around this. You think because you have this, you are justified respect.
Respect! Respect! I am the best wrestler. I am the best talker. I am the best technician. I am the best brawler. And I don't say these things from a place of insecurity, but I say it because I am it.
Enough! Enough! You are an ignorant son of a and you need a little bit of respect. You say you're gonna win at Night of Champions, but I'm just gonna kick your ass.
So this Sunday night, it comes down to a rivalry that has quickly become personal. CM Punk will defend the WWE Championship against John Cena at Night of Champions.
You see that? Did you see Rick Victor slap me in the face?
All right, calm down. I've seen him slap you in the face. Understand that. You're the NXT champion. You need to relax a little bit. Let's talk this thing over.
I want a match with Rick Victor next week, and if I don't get that match, I can't be held responsible for what I do to him.
Let me tell you something, Seth. You're the champion. I've been there before. I know what you're talking about. You want it, you got it.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome, kid.
You won't regret it.
All right.
You know who will? Rick Victor.
Asking you shall receive. Seth Rollins will apparently get his chance to face Rick Victor, but talk about facing off. Two heated rivals with some unfinished business as Tyson Kidd will go one-on-one with Michael McGillicuty next.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first from Calgary, Alberta, Canada, weighing 195 pounds, Tyson Kidd.
It's main event time on NXT, and I'll tell you what, William Regal, ask anyone who has studied the work of Tyson Kidd, and they will accurately inform you that this man has all the tools to beat any superstar on any given night.
There's never a day that goes past that Tyson Kidd isn't trying to better himself, better his abilities, better his conditioning, and it's a joy to watch it. I've watched him for years now, and it's just one of my favorites, truly is.
His opponent from Chaplin, Minnesota, weighing 227 pounds, Michael McGillicuty.
An intense third-generation athlete who loves an environment of chaos, and that is exactly the kind of relationship that Michael McGillicuty has had with Tyson Kidd.
It's wonderful for us that we'll be joined here by the great, legendary Hall of Fame announcer, Mr. Jim Ross. JR, how are you?
I'm fine, William. Thank you very much. It's great to be here, ladies and gentlemen. What a matchup this should be, and I know for a fact that WWE officials are watching this match very closely. This match does, as Byron so aptly pointed out, has championship implications. In other words, ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this match moves really up the ladder for that next opportunity, perhaps, at Seth Rollins.
Anybody who is a fan of professional wrestling should be tuned in and watching this competition right now, because these two are the perfect opponents for each other. We've seen some incredible battles between the two over the last few months, and we just know that we're going to get another one tonight, and it's great. It makes me proud to be in professional wrestling when I watch two great young competitors like this.
Hey, talk about taking a rivalry to a totally new level between Michael McGillicuty and Tyson Kidd, and here we go.
The only one thing you have to worry about, well, they have to worry about, is because they're starting to get to know each other very well. And when you have, it does become a chess game, as you know, Jim.
Yeah.
When you have two incredibly talented young men, the feeling out process somewhat, you just need somebody to make a mistake at the beginning, and that's what's going to happen now. They're going to feel each other out.
This match will be all about pacing and capitalizing on the opponent's errors, and certainly we talked about Seth Rollins, the first ever NXT champion, has had a eventful week here, and not even in the ring with Rick Victor. Rick Victor wanting to be acknowledged and recognized. I think he has succeeded in that.
I think Seth Rollins is finding out. Everybody wants to be the champion, but they don't realize exactly what comes along with it. It's more than just a championship belt. It's a lot of hard work, far more than you ever expected, and everybody is after you. Everybody.
Nice exchange here between Tyson Kidd and Michael McGillicuty. Both men not taking any unnecessary risks here in the early going.
Kidd going for the armbar early, trying to hyperextend the elbow, and Michael McGillicuty felt it in more ways than one, sensed what was about to happen, and went to the sanctuary of the ropes. That's the sixth sense that both these young men have. Of course, Kidd growing up in Calgary, around the Hart family, and then we know that Michael McGillicuty's father was Mr. Perfect, his grandfather Larry the Axe Hennig. So DNA runs really through both these young men. And they both know that winning this match gets them one step closer to the NXT Championship opportunity that they've been working hard for.
And that's what they and every single person here in NXT should be striving towards. And if they're not, they shouldn't be here. It's as simple as that.
Tyson Kidd displaying some of his technically rich ability, which may have Michael McGillicuty flustered a little bit.
I don't think a lot flusters Michael McGillicuty. He's pacing himself, as JR said before. He knows exactly what he's doing. I say it all the time, but Michael McGillicuty, as good as he is now, he still doesn't realize exactly how good he's going to be.
When all the components come together for McGillicuty, he's going to be a huge star in WWE. There is no doubt about that. And the thing about this matchup is that McGillicuty knows that Tyson Kidd is the quicker of the two athletes. So the faster the match is competed, the more advantage it is for Tyson Kidd. That drop kick is one example. And again, McGillicuty rolling out of bounds, if you will, to stop any momentum build.
That's one thing you can't allow somebody like Tyson Kidd. In fact, you can't allow either competitor any momentum to build. You have to try and make distance between yourselves.
Fans here at the NXT arena not overwhelmed with the strategy employed early by Michael McGillicuty. We may not like it, but it is very effective. McGillicuty wants to dictate the pace of this match.
You almost sense that McGillicuty trying to incorporate the psychological advantage into Tyson Kidd with that harsh boot.
Fans watching around the world know that WWE officials are watching this as well. Their high are those officials on both these young men. Their careers are ahead of them. It's just now who's going to get to the finish line first in this match, and then perhaps meet Seth Rollins sometime soon for the NXT Championship.
The competition has become so fierce in the last week. Knowing that Seth Rollins is the champion and knowing what every single person here in NXT, they've got a goal now. Before they had a dream of being a WWE. They had a dream of being a WWE superstar. Now they have an intense goal, and that is to become the NXT champion.
Well, who will have a possible opportunity at the NXT Championship is the question as this main event match continues. Welcome back to NXT. This is our main event. Tyson Kidd, Michael McGillicuty, a heated rivalry renewed, and right now McGillicuty has things going his way.
But here's what's at stake. The winner of this match is going to be right in the thick of the hunt for an opportunity to compete for the NXT title cover. And McGillicuty using that size and weight advantage on a grounded Tyson Kidd. We pointed out that Kidd is quicker, the quicker of the two, quicker than a hiccup, if you will.
Look at the spite in Michael McGillicuty's eyes.
Ground and pound by the bigger, stronger McGillicuty. Perfect like strikes from McGillicuty.
Yeah, this is exactly where you want to be if you're Michael McGillicuty. Punishing Tyson Kidd, weakening Tyson Kidd so he can't fly around the ring like we know he loves to do.
You notice the way that he's applying that chin like that. He's using his shoulder to push the head a little further into so his forearm gets pressed against the cheek a little harder. There's little techniques like that that can make somebody at home watching thinking what's exactly happening. But Tyson Kidd can be dying 1,000 deaths in that hold at the moment. Just look at that. See the way he's pushing his shoulder against, and it forces his cheekbone onto his wrist.
Compromising position for Kidd, who tries to turn it over. Sunset flip. No.
The quickness of Kidd earned a near fall.
Oh, wow.
Man, what a high impact move. That clubbing blow right to the back of the head by Michael McGillicuty. 6'3" or 4", 245, 250 range. The cover. Count looking for 3, found 2. So now McGillicuty cannot get frustrated. He's got the pace exactly where he wants it as he's put that forearm right across the ear. Here's a cauliflower ear time.
Now, McGillicuty lives by an interesting philosophy inside that ring, and that is to treat every match like it's his last.
There's no better way of conducting your career than doing that, because you give everything that you have every single night of the week. That's the best way. In fact, it's the only way to conduct a career.
That's like life.
Yes.
Tomorrow isn't guaranteed. Look at that Irish whip. Great velocity. The unforgiving turnbuckles awaiting Kidd. The cover now.
That's another thing. People at home, I don't think they realize exactly how hard those turnbuckles are. That's 2 metal rods hitting you very fast and very hard into the spine. Even if it doesn't hit you in the spine, it hits the soft tissue area of your back, and it causes a lot of grief.
McGillicuty just teeing away on the punishment that he continues to inflict on Tyson Kidd.
See the front face lock. Kidd on the outside trying to block it as best he can, and does so.
Oh,
and look at the kick. Oh, nice kick. Great agility by Tyson Kidd, fighting through pain to come up with a counter and buy Kidd some time.
You have to wonder about Michael McGillicuty's equilibrium now, because that kick was right on the point of the ear.
Oh, hard shots to the quadricep and upstairs.
McGillicuty's dazed here.
Tyson Kidd's got to take advantage. The low drop kick to the temple and a reach, a cover.
Just the way that Michael McGillicuty has that extra skill, the way he kicked out there, he used his hip and his further leg to push himself out. A lot of people with less skill would have been pinned there.
Great main event here this week on NXT.
Kidd and McGillicuty, well scouted, trying to get out of dodge, but watch Tyson Kidd. Tyson Kidd is feeling momentum on his side.
Kidd thinking high risk.
Oh!
Right in the sternum.
Oh, jeez.
A bullseye shot right in the sternum. You heard the impact, and certainly McGillicuty felt the impact. Take another look at this. Tyson Kidd, bam! The kick right to the sternum. And now Kidd, can Kidd capitalize? That's the question.
Oh!
Springboard elbow countered. And Kidd may have a stinger.
Well, not only that, everybody at home knows what it feels like to bang your funny bone. Imagine banging it from that height and at such impact.
Watch McGillicuty!
Perfect plex.
Oh!
And a near fall.
It just shows you how well these two superstars know each other again. Hook of the leg. How well scouted both these men are. How well they know each other's offensive repertoire.
A great sense of urgency being employed by both men. Both men have been frustrated in this matchup. It is the main event this week on NXT, and again, the winner of this match. It is so important to win this match because one of these two men could be getting a championship match against Seth Rollins for the NXT title. That's what's at stake. It is big time, one-on-one.
It's absolutely a shame that anybody should lose here, because you want to see both of these competitors facing Seth Rollins. I mean, that's the kind of competition that we want to see here on NXT.
That landing could cause bruising.
Yes.
But we'll never know.
He's ruptured his custard.
Well, McGillicuty uncharacteristically trying to go to the top, and it cost him.
A sense of desperation, was it a sense of urgency? And now Tyson Kidd, same opportunity. Hurricane run off the top. Kidd suffered at the hands of his own maneuver as well. Physicality, the will to win. Now Kidd, again Tyson Kidd with another well-earned near fall, but McGillicuty just as resilient, able to kick out at the last moment. This match taking its physical toll on both men.
How much more is it going to take? That becomes the lingering question for both Tyson Kidd and Michael McGillicuty.
Nice jawbreaker. McGillicuty literally using his head.
Oh!
Kidd misses the enziguri, but that running neck breaker did not miss. McGillicuty with a leg hook and finally gets it.
Here is your winner, Michael McGillicuty.
Well, I think we can all agree this matchup could have gone either way, ladies and gentlemen. Take a look at it. It was just right place, right time. Michael McGillicuty was one step quicker than Tyson Kidd.
The suddenness of the running neck breaker equals a victory for Michael McGillicuty. And Michael McGillicuty wants Seth Rollins and the NXT title. As a matter of fact, next week we know that Seth Rollins will meet Rick Victor here next week in a special one-on-one challenge match.
NXT Championship picture is getting extremely interesting.
An amazing main event. Two amazing young competitors that are going to go far in WWE. But on this very night, that man, Michael McGillicuty, was the better man over the very talented Tyson Kidd.